Hey everybody, this is Brent here, and I'm back. What a surprise! I'm back with tips and information on the Kraken boss, which I am now able to kill. It requires 87 Slayer, and it requires you to have them as a Slayer task. You want to use the best magic gear and spell you can use. Having said that, I recommend purchasing the new occult necklace dropped by the Smoke Devils, and using a Trident of the Seas because of its speed and you know all that stuff. It has the best damage output that I've noticed. Flames of Zamorak with um, Staff of the Dead might do better, but I don't know because of the weapon speed of the Trident of the Seas. Plus, it's cheap, so you probably just want to use it in most cases. Um, So for the Trident, you want 75 magic to use that at least, and the Slayer Helm, 70 magic for the necklace, the occult necklace. I think it's about 4 mil the last I checked. Which, by the time you have 87 Slayer, you should have money to afford some of this gear, and I'll just put that up right there. And yes, from what I understand, the imbued Slayer helmet now adds 15% magic damage increase when you're on a Slayer task, so some tasks may be worth maging now, unlike before. And you'll notice when you're in the Kraken layer, you have to disturb the whirlpools, and if you use the Trident on it, just like 350 or so GP that you're throwing away just to disturb the tentacle whirlpools. And that'll be explained, it'll be pretty self-explanatory once you see me use the range weapon with cheap ammo to save money pretty much, and save charges. And what's good about this is you can use the drops from the Kraken to recharge your Trident. And so yeah, let's get Kraken. Pun intended. So yeah, you set the Tree Gnome Stronghold, you go to the Slayer area near the level 85 Slayer Master. And as soon as you go here, you go south, and then just hug this wall until you find the layer. And yeah, there's someone killing the regular Krakens, but I'd rather kill the boss. So if there's someone in here, I will hop worlds. And there's not, thank goodness. So yeah, this is the boss layer. As you can see, there's 4 whirlpools, and I don't use any prayer. You can use the magic accuracy prayer, but from what I understand, the protect from magic prayer doesn't block any damage, so I would advise using it. So yeah, you just use the ranged weapon to disturb these whirlpools, and these tentacles will attack you once you disturb them. And you'll notice that they only do 1 to 2 damage, so you just ignore them and focus on the boss. Once all 4 are disturbed, you begin attacking the boss, and just sit back and watch your health. Don't die. It has a max hit of about 26 or something, but yeah. You gotta kinda... But yeah, the Krakens you can only use magic on, and they're only weak to magic. If you try to use a ranged, your damage will be severely reduced to, I think, a maximum of 4 damage, so that is not advised. So yeah, I just come here with this setup, inventory full of sharks, and ranged weapon, and my good magic gear, and just kill it over and over. I've gotten 2 tentacles so far, as I said in the chat, and yeah, this bank made me very happy. Made me a very happy person. Oh yeah, I forgot. You want to turn auto retaliate off, because once you kill the Kraken and Once you kill the Kraken, yeah, auto retaliate will make you attack a tentacle with the trident, which wastes a charge. So I'll kill him again just to demonstrate once more. But yeah, 2 tentacles, and I sold them for over 6 million each, which is it's better than getting 2 Guthan war spears, which I find pretty incredible. And another thing I'd like to mention is I had killed several of these Kraken bosses and didn't get any tentacles or anything like that until I put on the Ring of Wealth. I was using an imbued Seers ring. And it wasn't until I put on this Ring of Wealth, I'm not saying it works or anything, some people argue that it does nothing, but I didn't get those 2 tentacles until I started wearing the Ring of Wealth, so I'm gonna stick with it because, I mean, what harm could it do? But yeah, I'll be back after I've killed 100 of these and just display the loot that I've accumulated. Alright, I unfortunately did not get a tentacle this time, but it was only 100 of them, and but here's what I got in 100 of them. Mystic Water Staff, which I can cast High Level Alchemy on. 4 Rune Bars, which are like 12k each. Antidote Plus Plus, which are about 10 to 20k I think. That's worth 100k, because they're 400 each. The blood runes are currently worth around 250 each. These are around, I want to say 350 each. Water runes pretty cheap. The battle staffs are close to 8k each. Mist runes, probably can't sell those, but I'll pick them up anyway. Oak plank is worth about 450, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on any of these, but anyway, here's the cash stack just from sheer coins that it dropped. 169k out of from 100. 250 seaweeds, about 100 GP each. Unpowered orbs, pretty cheap, not really worth that much. 4 torstal seeds, about 10 to 15k each. 16 diamonds, which are about 4k each, give or take. These are all snapdragons herbs, which are about, I want to say 10, 11k or so each. Sharks, I'll say like 650, 600 each. 430 death runes, which are 200 each, or they're actually a little higher now, but yeah. Keep in mind I had to use some of the death and chaos runes on recharging my trident, because you don't get enough runes from the Kraken itself to keep your staff charged. But yeah, it's worth using. It made the task go by pretty quick. Magic Seed, which is 125k, and Sandfu Serum, which is about, let's say 10 to 15k each. And here's a bunch of other alchable stuff: Mystic Water Staff, Mystic Robe Bottom, Rune Warhammer, Rune Longsword. I'll go ahead and alch those now. See what my cash stack goes up to. That is beautiful. So yeah, 330k cash, and I'm not gonna sit here and do the math. I'm just gonna, bank all this stuff and put it on the internet and sell it. So that's a good chunk of cash, even though I didn't get the best drop, the most sought after drop, which is pretty rare. It's not that rare, but hopefully I can catch some footage of me actually getting the Kraken. The Kraken tentacle is pretty entertaining, I think. But yeah, I hope this gives you a good idea of the typical, you know, loot that you'll get from the Kraken. Obviously, there'll be variations of it for each Kraken task that you do. And yeah, have a good one.